So, welcome to another episode of God Answers Prayers. If you just pay attention, okay? I have another story for you. So, here we go, okay? Here we go. So, not yesterday, but the day before. It may have even been the day before that. I don't really remember. It's all kind of a blur. But within this week, okay? Mentally, I got hit really, really hard mentally. And it was so bad that my CPTSD ramped up, and there I went, and I went into a very, very dark place. And long story short, I ended up in my car, sleeping in my car because I wanted to be alone. Because when I get to that place, I just isolate myself, right? So I ended up in my car, kind of laying in my car because I wanted to be completely isolated, completely alone. And I was crying my eyes out. And in those times, me growing up, I've kind of always been by myself. I always had to face life alone, basically. And the only one that was ever there for me is the Lord, is Jesus. Dead ass 100%. The Lord's always been there with me in my darkest moments through all my whole life, right? So once again, it's just me and God again, and I'm in this darkness, and I'm spinning out, and I'm going through all of it. And I look up to God and I say, this is what I said. I said, Lord, you know my heart. And right now, the world is telling me that my heart is evil, that I'm an evil person, that I'm not a good person, that I'm a narcissistic, manipulative asshole, basically. And I know if I ask people, do I have a good heart? They're going to lie, and they're going to say yes because they care and they don't want to hurt my feelings, or they're going to say no because they're mad at me. I don't know. All I know is that I want to be a good person. I want to live like how you want me to live. And if I have a wicked, evil heart, tell me. Because the only one I trust to tell me the truth is you, right? And so I put this fleece before the Lord, and the fleece that I gave was, if you send me a little dove, a little white dove, it has to be a white one. If you send me a little white dove, then I'll know that I have a good heart, because you know my heart, right? Because, Jesus even said that he doesn't look at the physical appearance, he looks into your eyes and into your heart, so he knows who you are. You cannot fool God. He knows who you are. So I said, if you send me a little white dove, then I'll know that you know that I have a good heart. And so then I'll be able to say, when people come at me with, oh, you're evil, you're, a piece of shit, you're all this stuff, I can say no, because I know who I am in Christ, and Christ said I have a good heart, right? So then I went ahead and I did that prayer, right? And then I got through the night, I got through the spiral, now I'm starting to feel better. I'm kind of I'm getting out of the tornado, getting back into regular life again, right? So I'm in the kitchen. Now this is now the next day, right? I'm doing okay now. And I'm in the kitchen, and my brain says, oh, you never got the dove from God. And so I'm saying this to myself in my brain. So my brain says, oh, you never got the dove from God, so you must be a wicked, evil person. And I said to myself, again, responding to myself, to that thought, I said, well, then I guess I'm just going to have to accept that answer, because either I didn't get the dove because I am an evil person, or maybe God doesn't want that question answered for me yet. I don't know, but I'm going to trust in God, and I don't know. It's either one of those things, so I have to accept whatever that answer is, right? Now, I'm in a good headspace saying this, that's, whatever. And so then, right after I have that conversation with myself, I go on TikTok, right? I'm going on TikTok, and I'm just regularly scrolling. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just regularly scrolling, right? And all of a sudden, a video comes up of abandoned animatronics. And I love that stuff. I love, animatronics and like abandoned theme parks, stuff like that. I love that stuff. So of course I stop to watch it. I stop scrolling to watch this video. And all of a sudden, I look over at the avatar of the person that posted this video. You tell me what you see. Now, as you can see, that's a good old dovety dove right there. And I was like, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, I gotta check now, because what if that's a pigeon, right? What if it's a pigeon? What if it's a seagull? What if it's something else, right? I don't know why I thought that this would even work, but I was like, let me just go to the profile and see what they say. And they called themselves Universal Dove or something like that. Anyway, the bird in there is a dove. They're using that as their logo. And I subscribed to the channel because I thought it was cool anyway. But the point of the matter is, the point of the fact is God answered my prayer in a way I didn't expect him to, through somebody's avatar on TikTok, using a video of something that I like to make sure I stayed long enough to look. Ladies and gentlemen, if that is not how awesome and amazing and powerful our God is, I don't even know. I don't even know what y'all talking about. I don't know what you're all talking about. That is my God right there. I told you, he's always got my back. In the darkest times, he's right there. Right there. And I'm sharing this story because God allows me to go through these things for a reason, so I can tell this story to give you guys hope, to give you guys understanding, to help you understand how God truly works. And it was funny how I wanted him to answer the question so bad because I was so distraught. And the moment I said, you know what? Whatever the Lord, whatever answer he gives me, I'm okay with it. As soon as I said that, there it was. There it was. So when you listen, you gotta trust in God, dude. When you're going through shit, when you're going through life, you gotta trust in God. And he might not answer your question right away, but you gotta trust that he's not answering it for a reason. And if he's not answering it and that's part of your answer, then you gotta accept it and just let God work. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I wanted to share that, and I hope it helps. It helps me because now I know that regardless of what humans, people, whatever say about me, I know I have a good heart because God said I do. And God has authority, so it helps. So I hope this gave you guys encouragement. And working on the audio version of the blog. I'm going to start working on it on here. I should be working on it pretty soon. So be on the lookout for that. And I'll see you guys next time.